Results are what sell your offer. You can have very informative content. You can have amazing messaging. But at the end of the day, people want to know what they will get after working with you and proof that it works. And the biggest thing my clients struggle with in their marketing is showcasing their results, usually because they feel like they don't have any, or at least not enough to really grow their business. So today, I'm going to walk you through why you don't have the results you want. And I'm going to share how to start building up your results and testimonials so you can start attracting people who are excited to work with you in your business. Now, when I work with my one on one clients, especially my clients who are coaches, one of the first things that we talk about when they work with me is their offer, what kind of package it is. We talk about the content that they need to share in order to give value and change perspectives. And we talk about sharing aspects of their own story so that people know who they're working with. But at the end of the day, I know that what takes people from thinking, oh, you're a great source of information to, ooh, this is someone I really want to work with, is talking about results. Especially if you're in a season where you're launching or you're doing a big push to get more one on one clients. This is so necessary to talk about results. So when I work with my clients and we start talking about the wins and the results and the content that they want to share, I get them telling me that they don't have testimonials. I had a client tell me that they didn't have testimonials because this is a new offer and no one has gone through it yet. I've had clients say that they were new to business, so they didn't have any paid client testimonials. I've even had clients who had their coaching business for years and they wanted to launch to really sell and get new clients, but they said that they didn't have any results or ones to talk about in their marketing. And usually, when this comes up, there's this feeling of embarrassment and of not feeling good enough or worthy of being in business. If you're just starting your business, you feel like the only way to get clients is to have results. But you can't get results if you don't have clients, so you feel like you're in this catch 22. And there's a similar feeling if you're releasing a new offer. You feel like you're starting from nothing. Even if you know you've helped people before, you're like, this is different. I don't have solid proof of what I'm doing right now works yet. And if you've been in business for years and you don't have testimonials, there's this feeling of like, what have I been doing all this time? Either because you know you've helped people, but you don't have it collected anywhere, or maybe you feel like you've been putting in the work for years and while you've made some money in your business, you don't have this wall of results that proves that you can help people. So how can you really sell and launch the way that you want to? I've worked with clients in all of these situations. The ones with new offers, the ones new to business, and the ones who've been in business for years without the testimonials. And if you're in that same situation, I'm going to tell you what I told my clients. Go get testimonials. And I'm not being flippant here, like when I'm saying that, just like go get testimonials. I'm being serious and I'm being honest. I remember working with a client who had been in business for, I want to say 4 years at this point, and was about to promote a new offer. This was a more targeted and based off of what her clients really needed type of offer. And in general, she had never had a process for collecting feedback or tracking results or getting feedback. So when we started working together and I asked her to share her results that she had with her clients, she looked at me and was like, I don't have any. So I just looked at her and I was like, so go get some. And that shocked her and made her feel awkward because she felt like the time to go and get a testimonial and the time to go and collect that information had long passed. These were people that she had worked with over 6 months ago, over a year ago, and it felt awkward. It felt awkward because number one, it had been so long and she felt like she wouldn't look put together if she went back and asked after all this time. And number two, because she was afraid of what they might say. What if nobody responded? What if they didn't get a result at all? And I'm sure that if you were in that same situation, you'd be thinking something very similar, that it's awkward, it's uncomfortable just asking. But after working with clients over the years and just in my own personal experience, people don't mind you asking for a testimonial. Not only that, but you know which people wouldn't give you a positive testimonial anyway. So the people who are always just like, I don't know what they're going to say. I think they're going to hate it. You know, you know. So right there on the call with my client, I worked with her to come up with a list of people to reach out to. I helped her develop her outreach email and even helped draft questions so that the responses from her client would support the offer she was promoting. This right here is something that you can do if you keep saying that oh, I don't have testimonials. I don't have testimonials. Make a list of the people you've helped. These can be clients from more than a year ago. These can be free clients you worked with when you were new to business. The point is that you're collecting information on the results that you've been able to get for people. Whenever I tell my clients to do this, they are always amazed by what type of testimonials they can get and how fast they can get them. I had one client who had claimed that she had no testimonials, so I challenged her to go out and get some. And before we even had our next session a week later, she already had 3. I had another client who decided to go back and actually send the form that she never actually sent to people. She got such lovely testimonials that she just ended up copying and pasting what her people said onto her sales page. If you find yourself in this position where you're trying to promote your offer and you find that you don't have any testimonials, go and find them. If you're a life coach and you've decided that you actually want to specialize in helping people have better relationships, go back to the clients who you've helped have better relationships. If you're a general business coach, but now you've decided you want to focus on helping people get sales through webinars, go and find the clients you've helped get great results with webinars. And if you're just starting your business, offer discounted or free services in exchange for testimonials, because having these testimonials is just that important to getting new and more clients. So let's say that you do go out and you do ask people for testimonials and you got them now. You've worked with free clients, you've reached back out to past clients, and now you have some testimonials and results to share. The big thing that I see next that happens with people when it comes to results and testimonials, the biggest thing that I see is that they look at them and they think, these aren't good enough. Say you're a money coach. You helped your client save money, but it wasn't as much as you hoped you could. Or you're a weight loss coach and you wanted to help them lose 45 pounds. Your clients ended up doing 23. Or you're a life and confidence coach and you were really hoping to have your client feel confident enough to make a career change, but they didn't end up making the change. You know that you can help people, but the results that you have right now, they just don't seem to reflect that. So there's this disconnect. And what happens is that you start thinking, the people I'm working with just aren't doing what I need them to do. They aren't as committed as I need them to be. They keep slipping on the plans that we make together. They aren't moving as fast as they could be moving. And low key, when this happens, you start blaming your clients for not getting results that you can brag about. You know that if they were focused, if they were dedicated, they would get results. And then you can talk about them getting results, and then you could grow your business. If you had that, you know that your marketing during your launch would be so much easier. And I had a client who was thinking that exact same way. She wanted to say that the work that she did with her clients led to lots of sales. And the process that she lays out for her clients, it will do that. But my client kept saying, nobody wants to work anymore. They don't keep at it long enough to get the big money results. So because of that, all the results and the testimonials she was getting were about how they had such amazing ideas after working with her, how their content was more strategic now, how they were becoming more excited to try out new styles of content, all of which were fine, all of which were great. But she knew that if only they had kept at it, they could be having even bigger wins. And for her, from my client, the results that she was getting from her people, they weren't good enough. Because of that, my client became resentful towards her own clients. It had her thinking why are my clients even here? And if you find yourself feeling resentful towards your clients, this is a very dangerous place to be. This is so dangerous because first, you aren't able to see the progress your clients are making. You aren't able to see the benefits of your offer. And if you're unable to see the benefits of your offer, how exactly are you going to launch or market it? And this is also dangerous because you aren't in a problem-solving frame of mind. But let's talk about that first one. When you stop seeing the progress your clients are making, you aren't able to see which parts of your offer are working very well, what parts people are getting fast results in, and you aren't able to appreciate the wins they are getting. And when you are resentful instead of in a problem-solving frame of mind, you don't start to think about how you can make it easier for your clients to get bigger results. In my client's case, I helped her shift out of that resentment and come up with solutions. We walked through where in her offer clients were getting stuck. We created a profile with the people who were making the kind of progress that she wanted. We also identified what skills, what mentality, what support they had that made results easier for them versus everybody else. This resulted in making shifts and updates to her offer to ensure her clients were making progress. All things that she could now talk about in her marketing and launch content. Doing this process helped her to know what things to keep in her offer because of the results her clients were getting. And she broke down what things to refine so that bigger results were easier, which again can be talked about in marketing because who doesn't love a better path to bigger results? Staying resentful of the people in her offer not hitting goals that would have made my clients start to hate her business and not want to market it. If you find yourself thinking the results that your clients are getting are not good enough, and if you find yourself blaming your clients, I really need you to stop and pause. Do an evaluation. Work with someone from an outside perspective to help you see. I do that all the time in the launch hotline because that type of blame and resentment will kill your business faster than anything. It will keep launches on hold and keep marketing content in the drafts. Now, we've talked about not having the results and testimonials and all the awkwardness that comes along with trying to get them. We also talked about feeling like you don't have big enough results and being resentful towards clients for not putting in the work to achieve them. Now, I want to talk about the last thing I see with my clients when it comes to having results and testimonials in your business. Not believing the results and testimonials. I've literally had clients go through all three of these stages that I just talked about. They said they didn't have any results, so I told them to go to get them. Now they had results. Then they said that the results they were getting weren't good enough. Then they were mad about that. So I worked with them to both appreciate the results that they had and improve the program so that they would get better results for their clients. And after all that, they have the results, those big results that they wanted. And they still don't think that it is enough. Clients are sharing these powerful stories of transformation. Clients are sharing how their life or their business was turned around. And in that moment, for my clients, like it feels good, like things are finally clicking. But after 2 or 3 weeks, they're thinking, but that's only a few people. I can't grow my business off of this. And really what I've seen is that people get into this hustle of, I need more results. I need more. It isn't enough. But at the end of the day, you could literally have a bank of 100 big, huge wins, and it's still not enough. At this point, it isn't about the results anymore. It isn't about your ability anymore. It is about how you view yourself and your ability to help your clients. When you're comparing yourself to someone else and their launch content and their marketing, what you have, it doesn't feel like enough. When you still view yourself as that struggling coach trying to get your business off the ground, the results won't feel like enough. And when you view yourself that way, you start to rationalize every single result and testimonial that comes your way. And because of that, I start to hear things from clients of like, oh, yeah, that result doesn't really count. It was from a different version of an offer. Even though the testimonial proves that you're able to get the exact results that you are promising to get people. I hear things like, oh, that result is too old. It's from last year, as if expiration. And because of that, I hear things like, oh, that result doesn't count. It was from a different version of my offer, even though the testimonial proves you're able to get the result and have been able to do it for a while. I hear things like, oh, that result is too old. It's from last year, as if they have expiration dates. I mean, that too old of a result, that really gets me. Because yes, keep working on your skills and your abilities so that you can get your people more and bigger results. Always do that. But if you say you won an Oscar 3 years ago, you still won an Oscar. If you helped someone get a result last year, that is still a result that you can talk about. You don't have to put a pause and oh, it's been 3 weeks. I got to stop talking about this result that I've got for people. That's not how that works. Always work to get more, but don't discount the ones that you have gotten along your path and along your journey. When I have clients who struggle to accept and to see the results that they have, and when I see them struggle to use those results in their marketing and launch content, I have them do a few things, honestly, but the one thing that I want to share with you is something that I call living in the result. And what I mean by living in the result is that I want you to slow down and fully retrace the process that helps you get that client the result. If you're a life coach, did you help a client see a habit pattern that they completely overlooked? And noticing that pattern helped with their relationship? If you're a money coach, did you come up with a new strategy to help a client who was always avoiding looking at credit card statements start checking them once a week? For one of my clients, a life coach, I did this process with her and I helped her see how all of the wins that she thought were random were actually all connected, how they all told this wonderful story of transformation. And she was able to do that because she spent time thinking about each client and their growth, not just the final win, the final statement that they submitted in. And when she realized this, she started talking about her results with so much more detail and passion, and it led to more people reaching out to work with her. The people wouldn't have been reaching out to her if she hadn't shared those results, if she had still discounted those wins. I love doing the live in the result exercise for a few reasons. First, because doing this shifts your confidence as both a coach and as a business owner. You start to see the brilliance of your own work. You start to see the patterns of how you help people, and you start to really believe that you are the one that are getting people these results. But the second reason I love this exercise so much is because this process helps to create better client result marketing, because you're going deeper into the detail of the true issues that your people were facing. You're deeper into the details of the strategy that worked. You're deep into why it worked. And when you do this deep work, the people who start to see your client result marketing, like they can start believing like, oh, I could see how this could work for me. That's exactly what you want people who are looking at your marketing thinking like, oh, working with this person is really going to help me. And I see myself in the wins and the results of the people that they are helping. But if you keep thinking my results are old, my results aren't relevant, my results aren't good enough, you won't get to that place. And you never use the results that you do have to start attracting clients. Remember, your results are what will sell your offer. And it all starts with taking that first step and just collecting them. Asking your past clients, asking your free clients to share the wins that they got while working with you. It requires you being fully thankful for the results that you do have. And if you want bigger ones, problem solving to make it happen instead of just resenting your clients. And when you do have those big results that you wanted, it requires you fully living in the result. Doing that so you can believe that, yes, I am the one who is capable of getting my people results. And by doing that, you become better able to communicate your results that you get for your people in your marketing. Listen, I've walked this exact path with so many clients, and I've seen how these shifts in thinking about results can completely transform not just your marketing, but how you feel about your entire business. And if you're thinking to yourself, yep, I keep saying I don't have results, but I don't go out and get them. Or if you keep thinking to yourself, like, why can't my clients have bigger wins? Or if you keep thinking like, okay, yes, but I still need more results. I need more. Then I want you to book a call to work with me. In my one-on-one program, The Launch Hotline, I help you create content that highlights the results you get for your clients, even when you don't think you have any or they aren't good enough. I take you through my process that shows you how to collect testimonials and convert it into compelling evidence that sells your offer. I help you refine your program that delivers those bigger, more impressive results that both you and your clients are craving. And I'll help you own your expertise so that you can confidently market the transformation you deliver in your marketing. The Launch Hotline isn't just another 6-week program about content. It's about having someone in your corner when those doubts creep in, when you want to abandon your launch halfway through, or when you're convinced that your offer and results aren't good enough yet. Go to the show notes and book a free call. On this call, I'll show you how to start using the results you have to attract more clients to your one-on-one or group offer. All right, y'all. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. If you want more marketing that works right in your inbox, head to the show notes and sign up for the email list. You'll be the first to know how you can work with me on mastering your marketing.